Have you ever heard the saying? It's more of a riddle, really. How do you eat a whole elephant? Well, the answer is one bite at a time. And that is exactly how I felt yesterday and part of today. By the afternoon, I was starting to feel like I could see where I could start breaking everything down, like all the different things. There's so much. There's so many systems and so many things. Um, I have to be very careful. I do not ever want to give any information away that says where I work. And when I work in IT, a lot of stuff is very, very, very confidential. So I have to talk in very broad terms. I can't get specific about anything. And that's just a total security thing. I want to share everything with you guys, but I can't. I just plain can't. So excuse me as I stumble over my words because I have to choose them very carefully when I describe the type of things that I have to do. So anyways, I'm starting to see the bigger picture. I'm starting to see the gears in the machine. And that's always sort of the key part of anything because you can't absorb all the information all immediately. And you can't expect to know everything the moment you walk in. So, it's a big process of learning, of accepting different processes and different systems and different ways of doing things and being malleable, right? You can't be too rigid. You can't be like super sloppy either. Like you got to have certain structure, but not too much. Right? Like you don't want to be super bendy, but you don't want to be so stiff that any pressure and you just snap like a twig. Or a better way to say it is like a guitar string, right? Like when it's in tune, it sounds beautiful. If it's too loose, it's no good. And if it's too tight, it's just going to break. It's not going to sound good. You just got to find that sweet spot right in the middle. Well, I think I can share this, and that is that right now I'm moved into a purely technical role. And prior to this, I've been in a senior management role. So it is very interesting, and I need to know and learn that I am not in charge of this department. There's a little bit of freedom with that. There's a lot less. I just have to worry about, the basic things, the equipment failing, people with problems, getting them resolved as quickly as possible. But I had to worry about all of that and the budget and staffing and making sure everyone was happy and wanted to stay, working for me and that they were motivated and I was getting all the most value out of them. And I was, making systems that were very reliable. I had a lot more stuff to worry about, budgets especially, and maintaining and not exceeding my budgets and not going under my budget either. So again, like finding that right spot down the middle. But now instead of like from a management perspective, I'm just focusing it on technical. And although in some ways it's a step back, but not really, because this is giving me some pretty amazing perspective and it's just letting me get back into the swing of things. So, if they want me to do something higher up, I'm good to go. And if they don't, and someone else has a technical issue someday that I need to, leverage that opportunity, that's great. And when the day comes and I am managing again, and a sales guy tries to tell me something that I know is not true because I've worked hands-on with the product, then I'll be able to call BS on that. And that just makes me a better manager. Now, I would be one arrogant person if I could walk in to any company and say, everything you're doing is wrong. You need to do it my way. You've been dumb. I've seen this happen. So that is an arrogance beyond my comprehension. And yeah, I mean, it's my second day. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on, and there's things that I can't wait to learn about. Like a lot of new stuff. And honestly, I can't wait to start like just getting in there and doing it. But, you know, it's a process. And it seems like I'm working for a company that gets that. And yeah, it's exciting. Tonight for dinner, I am making flank steak fajitas. I've already started slicing up onions, red peppers, garlic. And I've got this, a newer product. It is a high fiber, low carb. So it only has 3 net carbs because we always subtract fiber from carbohydrates. So that leaves 3 grams. So I've had 0 grams of carbohydrates today. I can have 25. And these have 3 each. So we're going to have fajitas with tortillas. And I'm very happy. In here is another one of my little magical spice blends. And what it is cumin, chili powder, onion powder, salt, chili flakes, and a little bit of oregano. I have the perfect tool for cooking fajitas. This job calls for a cast iron frying pan. Couple of tablespoons of olive oil, whatever kind of oil. I like olive oil. First thing, onions. And the peppers. So I have my veggies frying away there, and now I'm going to get this flank steak all sliced up. Here is my flank steak. You see how it has these lines that run down? That's the grain. And what you want to do is slice thinly along these lines. Charmaine was very nice. She popped it into the freezer for me for a few minutes. Well, probably about an hour. And it just froze up a little bit. Should help me cut it quite thin. It's good to have a really sharp knife as well. Highly recommend investing in at least 1 or 2 really good knives. This one is a Henkel, double Henkel, I guess. Got the 2 little dudes on it. I don't know what that really means. And then the rest of my knives are all made by a company called Cutco. And I've had some of these knives for 20 or 30 years. These Cutco knives, they're incredible. And they have a lifetime warranty. No questions asked. Anything that happens, they'll fix it and they'll sharpen them for free as well. I sharpen my own. I've got a diamond hone sharpening system. And that way you can cut this kind of stuff super thin. It's been about a month since I sharpened this knife, and it's still doing a great job. Usually I'll hone it. I didn't even think about that. I have one of those sharpening rods. Often before I do something like this, that's what I'll do, but no, I didn't really need to. I'm starting to slow down a little bit here. I'm at an awkward angle because I'm trying to film it. That's what happens when you're cutting meat and your phone falls on the floor. Sorry. And these veggies are coming along really nice. I still have not added the garlic. That's going to come in right away. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add in half of my spice mix and the garlic. I'm going to let it cook for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to put it into a bowl or a plate or something. I'm going to take it out of this pan. And my spice mixture, about half. The other half I'm going to save for the meat. Ow, 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 ow. Hot. Very hot pan. There's going to be a blister. Spice. Little Worcestershire sauce. That much. Here I have 3 beautiful warm tortillas with 369 net grams of carbs, 0 carbs in the spicy beef, and I don't know, another 9. So 18 grams of carbs. Say an extra 3 grams per serving. And everything else, cheese, nothing negligible in salsa, maybe 1. Sour cream, nothing. Super low carb. Beef, onions and peppers and garlic. A little bit of cheese. Spicy salsa. Sour cream. Didn't do my squeezy bag trick today. I forgot. This is just for me. Boom, boom, bam, 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 bam. I was going to have 3, but now that I've made 2, I think they're pretty big. I think I'll just stop there. Eat these and we'll see how I feel. And I'm eating all alone. Well, I do have a little bit of company. Char and Michelle decided to go to IKEA. They did invite me. I laughed. Pretty sure I've been there twice this year. That was more than enough. What do you think, buddy? What are we gonna watch? What is happening on the YouTube? Tim and Jen at Universal? Yes, please. Oh no, there's no audio.
Here at Universal, they have the Macy's balloons that we can do a walkthrough experience and see. They have a holiday tribute store.
Here it is. I know it's kind of dark in here, but.
That's kind of a huge crowd back there by Music Plaza.
Like regular day guests, they're probably not here to do the Christmas stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna have the 3rd one for sure. That's really, really good. Flank steak is so tender.
Right behind the ship.
Disney.
On Disney property?
I miss it. Well, that's it for today. It was a better day, for sure. Like I said, I'm starting to see the bigger picture, starting to understand the steps I'm going to need to take to get through the training process so I can figure out how to do everything. That's it for today. Oh man, those fajitas too. Those are so good. You really should try that recipe. It's absolutely delicious. The one thing I didn't have that I should have was just a little bit of lime. That would have been really good just at the last minute. Just a little bit of fresh lime juice. Mwah! It was still good. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.